Aluminum wiring. Would you sell your client a house that has aluminum wiring, or is it the new knob and tube wiring?
I think as long as they're educated on it and they're aware of it and they can make an educated decision themselves, knowing everything.
Yeah, honestly, I would have answered this question differently even 5 months ago than I would now. So 5 months ago, I would have told you, it's nothing, like you're fine. It's easy to have it treated. The cost of bringing it up to snuff, so to speak, for insurance companies wasn't super substantial. The past couple months, I've had basically, I don't know, depending on the insurance companies, let's just say there's many insurance companies here in Winnipeg that used to provide insurance to aluminum wiring that are now saying that they cannot do that anymore and it needs to be totally rewired. So if my client's okay with totally rewiring your house, great.
Yeah, that sounds easy.
As long as they know what they're taking on, right?
And then also just maybe shopping around at certain insurance, like maybe shopping around for insurance before writing that offer or signing off on conditions, just because your insurance might be a little bit higher. You're gonna get insurance on the property. It's just how much are you willing to pay for that insurance? And again, are you in the next 5 to 10 years is it gonna be the new knob and tube, where in order to get it insured, you are going to have to rewire. As long as my clients know that going in, great.
Then it's fine.
Then it's fine. But it's something to consider.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And from your recent dealings, and a home insurer we really trust on this team, who always gives us the straight goods.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be removed at some point.
Yeah.
It's coming. It
will be the new knob and tube, right?
It's on the horizon.
Which is frustrating because there's a lot of
Yes.
houses
There's a
in
lot of
Winnipeg
them,
with aluminum wiring.
70s was a boom of houses in Winnipeg in many areas, and we see it often. So yeah.
But again, I think as long as you know what you're getting into and know what you need to do in order to,
Yeah, I would just encourage, like now I would be encouraging clients to do a little bit more research on it, as opposed to if you would have asked me 3 months ago. Like I said, I felt pretty confident that it wasn't a big deal, whereas now it is going to be one of those things that we are going to talk about in depth. Are you okay with this? And if you are, great. And like I said, I think I would still personally purchase something with aluminum wiring. It's just you have to know that in
what you're getting into.
And in the next couple of years, that might mean rewiring your house.
Yeah.
And just getting some information on that before.
Yeah, for sure.
So this may be a hot topic on the line of this, but do you think that the value of a house with aluminum is less than that with copper?
I have not seen it. I have seen
That's a good question,
right
though.
now. But if
right
we're
now, I
starting
don't
to
think.
see insurers say you must remediate this, and like a full house rewire is not a cheap thing.
No.
Right.
And not a job that a lot of people are going to want to take on.
Yeah.
Do you think that will affect the values of aluminum houses?
Yes, I actually do. Like,
Yeah.
'cause if somebody discloses nowadays there's knob and tube wiring in this house, we all know what that means.
Yeah.
You have to get this sorted pretty much upon possession. When
Yeah.
you take possession, that's coming out. Like first 30, 60, 90 days, depends on your rider. But with aluminum, that's not common knowledge yet. I've talked to other realtors about it. They thought I was crazy. I used it in negotiations once against a house that had aluminum wiring, because I was like, "Oh, it's really tough now." Like, you know, so it's not common knowledge yet, so people aren't advising their clients differently. I'm finding.
I think people are getting the advice that I was giving 3 months ago before kind of seeing the shift.
But as that education catches up and people start saying it's really hard to get insurance. If you have
it will for
aluminum
sure
wiring.
affect the value. Yeah, I agree.
It will have an impact.
I think it also depends on market though. Like I think knob and tube houses still sell in bidding wars here in Winnipeg, depending on the house and depending on the circumstance and depending on the market, right?
But there are some buyers who aren't interested at all at looking at a house with knob and tube, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
I think, there's a lack of education when it comes to aluminum wiring
For sure.
right now. And as that education starts to grow, then there'll be a change in perspective.
Awareness grows for sure.
Yeah.
And like knob and tube, I've had the same situation. Like, and it's very different too across price point, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing
Yes.
like an entry level home where the people have first time home buyers saved up 5%, they don't have that liquidity to go in and remove the knob and tube.
Yeah.
Versus experienced homeowners that are sitting on equity and have some money they could pull for these projects.
Yeah.
It's viewed very differently, I find too. So depends on situation. But yeah, I've been a lot more harsh and firm with my clients on the aluminum front. I'm like, you will be able to get insurance with this now. It's going to be more expensive. But here is the email I have from my trusted insurance advisor that essentially says it's going to have to come out in the coming years.
Yeah.
Yeah.